What's good, everyone? How are you all going? So, I made $450 on my funded account last night and trading the New York AM session, and I thought this was the perfect trade to do a trade recap on because I think I did a lot of things well in this trade, and I also was really patient waiting for this setup. There was one or two opportunities for trades that I saw coming up to this. Like this trade, I entered at 10:50 a.m. New York time. So I sat out of the market for, you know, almost 2 hours waiting for this trade. Okay, it was more like an hour and 20 minutes, but I sat out for a long time waiting for this trade. There was a couple opportunities that I wanted to enter and they didn't feel right. That's not to say that they didn't fit my rules, but like the first trade that I saw, it was actually on NQ and it was down here somewhere closer to market open. It just didn't feel right. And if something doesn't feel right to me, I'm just not going to take it because I feel like that's also a really like crucial part of having an edge is if if something just doesn't feel right, it's not something you should take because you know I've been trading this exact same way for a really long time, and if something doesn't feel right, it's probably because there isn't something right. And you have to have conviction behind every trade that you take. So it did end up running and hitting TP, and I did say in the stream, because I was streaming on YouTube, I said I did have kind of FOMO about that, but I didn't take any FOMO trades because of that. I waited for a retracement back into this range inside of the 50% of this move up, which is the move that I missed out on. We came back down into the 50% of that range, and we came into a 15-minute imbalance. So if I go back to it, this is the 15-minute imbalance that we came back into, and you can see this candle closed back above it with a wick, and so did this one. And so that told me, okay, we've came back down into that 50%. I think we're going to continue, and I really wanted to see us come back to these all-time highs. The only thing that I thought potentially could happen is if we wanted to come all the way back down to these Asia lows. But since we did put in an SMT with NQ, I thought that's probably not going to happen, and I'm probably on the right side of the market. So this trade was really A+. There wasn't really anything more that I think I could have done better. Like if I'll show you the actual entry. The actual entry was here on ES on the 1 minute. So I entered here. This is on the micro ES, but on the minis contract, we did actually close above there because sometimes the micros and the minis on TradingView, they're slightly different the way they print on the chart. So I made sure to check on the minis first. We closed above it. I entered there and I put and I put my stop at this low. So I had a couple areas to target. I went break even at this high here because I thought, all right, we've already made this huge run. There's no point in letting this trade turn red from this point on. And then my one-to-one hit here. And then what I did, and this is what I've implemented recently, but I haven't actually had a chance to make it work, is when I am in a trade, let's just use the brush. So this is where I entered. When we came up to here, that's my one-to-one. What I do is I wait for momentum through that one-to-one, which is exactly what we got. So we came up to here with momentum, and that's where I then trail my stop loss from down here up to a one-to-one. So I trailed my stop to here. And basically what happens there is on this candle up, if we're to come back down and hit that one-to-one, then I'll just get stopped out for a one-to-one. And if not, then I get to ride that move even higher. So I managed to squeeze a little bit more profit on this, and I got to this level, which was a 1 to 1.63 risk to reward. So I ended up hitting about 450 on this trade when I usually risk 300. So that's the way I've been trailing my stop losses, because I usually try to go for a 1-to-1 risk to reward, but this way, if I get lucky, to be honest, and if I'm able to catch momentum in a move, then I'll be able to catch some extra profit. So here, if I didn't take profit there, I would have got stopped back at that 1-to-1. But if I actually held this trade, I'm not going to lie, it would have gone really well, and I still would have been really deep in profit. So you're probably thinking, well, Jay, you kind of missed out there. It's kind of a shit trade. It's just not my rules. I don't look to catch moves that go for that long, or I don't look for catching that much risk reward. So yeah, it would have been nice to get that, but realistically, that's not going to happen every day. And what I'm doing is every trade that I take, I'm making sure that I write in my ideal risk to reward. So I'll show you what I mean. I actually need to update it now because it's gone to a 1.63. So if I go into my Notion and I go onto this trade, here I write down my ideal risk to reward. So it's actually a 6.33. And I do that for every trade that I take. And so once I've taken enough trades, I'm going to start finding the average of what my average risk to reward is per trade. And then I'll probably start shooting for somewhere around that average, because that way I'll be able to keep my win rate high and I'll be able to target more risk to reward ratio. But until then, I'm just doing what I'm doing now, and I think it's working out pretty well. So I'll give you another update on the account. I've taken 6 trades now, 3 wins, 3 losses. I would be at break even, but obviously because I caught a little bit more profit on that trade, I'm slightly in profit on the account. So about $100 in profit. Not much, but pretty good way to end the week. I'm not trading tonight, so that's the week for me. I'm also including this line graph, which I'm probably going to try and make a better one in Excel. And if you guys want access to this, or if you want the one that I'm going to make in Excel, just let me know in the Discord and I can send that to you for free. This is just, I made this line graph on Canva. So basically it just shows my maximum drawdown. So this red line is the lowest that I can let my account go. And then obviously up here is what I need to get to get a payout. So as my balance goes down, so the first trade I took was a profit on this account. So it went up to 300, but because Apex has live trailing drawdown, that means that my maximum loss went from 2,500 up to 2,200. Okay. So now if I'm to go back into drawdown, I have less room for error on my maximum drawdown. So I've got it in a line chart, so that way I'm always aware of where I'm at in my equity curve. Because, you know, if I get up to, let's say, around 2,000 in profit and then I come back to break even, this red line here for my maximum loss is gonna go up. So it's a really good thing to keep track of, and I just do that in a line graph. I'm probably gonna try and make a better one on Excel. So yeah, if you guys want access to this template or for that line graph, just let me know in the Discord, and they'll both be in there. But yeah, I'm just super happy with this trade. I think that like I did really well to just be in line with the trend. Like I always love to see after a trading session, when I just look at the chart and I zoom out and I just look at it like someone who's never seen a chart before. You know, if I showed this to someone who'd never seen a chart and I said, which way are we going? They would say it's going up. And, you know, that's what's happening, and that's what I managed to get on side with. So that's a really good feeling, because if I had have looked at this now and if I had have tried to take a short, I would have been looking at it and thinking, why was I trying to catch a short when this move's going up, this move's going up? Like, you know what I mean? So that's something I'm really working on, is just trying to be in line with the trend as best as possible. And that ever since I started doing that, I've been having quite a lot more success in my trading. So yeah, man. What else did I want to say? There's something I wanted to cover. Oh yeah. As you guys know, I have a code with Alpha Futures, and I only just got that recently, and one of you guys used that last night to buy an account. So I just wanted to say thank you so much, because I don't know who you are or who did that, but whoever that was, please reach out to me on Discord. I just want to say thank you. And yeah, because, you know, you guys don't have to use that code, but if you do, it supports me. So yeah, link in the description, I guess. Bit of a plug, but yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it's kind of funny because I've never actually got a payout from a prop firm before, so that's my first time getting any money from a prop firm. But yeah, no, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love all you guys, everyone who's joined me on this journey so far. I really appreciate it. It's been really fun, and thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you. I'm not going to be trading tonight because I'm going out for my girlfriend's birthday, but yeah, good luck trading, everybody, tonight. I think I had a really good week. I hope you guys had a good week as well. I'm going to come back again next week and stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night on YouTube. So if you guys want to live trade with me, I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, man, that's really all I got. Thank you so much, everybody. And yeah, peace.